Well, g'day and welcome back to another little shorts, and I'm still up at Penher. And in a previous vlog I talked about kind of getting a bit of the wide angle itch, and so you may notice that I'm actually back on the X-T4, and that's because I have my widest lens is actually on the X-T4, the 10-24. So this little short is just all about fun and going wide. So we're just going to hop from place to place and just see what crazy wide angle goodness we can go for. I warn you, there may even be sun flares and sunbursts and things like that, most unlike me, but hey, photography, it's all about fun. Let's do this. Some would argue that throwing on a wide angle lens is actually the easiest form of landscape photography, especially whenever you're in such an incredible location such as this. And I guess I can see the point there. Let's face it, you point your camera at some jaggy rocks with some nice evening light on them and some pretty stormy seas below. It's going to get the odd, ooh, that's quite pretty. The counter argument to that is, of course, you're now including so much more competing elements or potential competing elements in the frame, as well as distractions. And that's certainly, I am not a wide angle person at all. I'm not saying I couldn't be persuaded every now and then, which is what I'm doing now, but you kind of look through the viewfinder and you take a little bit of time looking through the viewfinder and you realize, oh yeah, there's a bit of cruffy grass and there's a little bit of sort of unsavory sneaking into the bottom left-hand side of the frame. So to me, yes, in one way, especially with as that light sort of develops a little bit softer, it's probably going to be somewhat easier to produce a pleasing image. But actually, behind that, probably a lot more complicated and convoluted, trying to get something that actually flows and works well throughout the image. A lot of fun shooting with the wide angle, although I do realise I probably need a little bit more practice, not least because of my old man bones, because of course got the tripod at a very sort of low, well, reasonably low angle, which means me sort of bending down and getting on my knees, and haven't done that in a while. As I said earlier, you know, you can point your camera a wide angle lens at scenes like this here and it does look beautiful, and unlike the previous vlog that I made from here, we do actually have some cloud in the sky, which could actually give us a little bit of potential as the evening wears on. But you still got to be careful about, you know, distractions, and unfortunately it obviously is the way the waves are kind of sort of meeting here in this location. I've seen a lot of images from this location with exactly the same thing. There's a big sort of patch of cruffy, foamy, messy stuff. And I'm trying to kind of position the camera in such a way that the little sort of prominent rock in the very foreground, which is catching the light, almost hides it. I think a better composition would be just the whole expanse, but I just think that bit of cruffiness sort of does actually sort of take a lot away from the image. And in fact, as I said, if you look at a lot of the images from this location down the years, that patch does seem to sort of play ball, so, or not, as the case would be. But yeah, need to get the old man bones sort of in better shape if I'm gonna do any more of this wide angle stuff. But what a beautiful evening. So we may have a bit of a problem. The light is being very quickly snuffed out, and even though we've got 45 minutes before sunset, I'm not sure we're going to get it. Not sure we're going to get it back. big weather system kind of that's moving through sort of southwest, and yeah, I kind of had an inkling it was going to happen, but about an hour and a half ago I was full of optimism as the skies out to the west did look pretty clear, but the light has been snuffed. We're still about 45 minutes before sunset, but I don't think it's coming back anytime soon. Thank goodness this was only a short day. So for now that light has definitely gone, and so I have reverted back to the old GFX. So that might be the end of the wide angle fun. But what I'll do is I'll throw up an image to finish this little short off from the GFX, focusing more in on just some little shapes and some of those energy in the waves. You never know. Well, I think I do, but there might be a little bit of hope for a light, but I doubt it. So we'll just finish things off with the GFX. Now, that's not to say I didn't enjoy a little bit of wide fun, and I certainly did. And I'm back out here tomorrow morning again, so you never know, the old wide angle might get a bit of usage then, but it's good to mix things up every once in a while. Anyway guys, once again, thanks a lot for following along, and until next time, take care, bye bye.